everybody. How y'all doing? How you doing? Welcome to Jarrett Talks. Interviews. As I interview people that have their own channel, YouTube channel, or a business. Tonight on rainy, cold, Wednesday, I had one very special guest. They are very first. They're very. This is actually my first couple. Wow, cool. My first couple in YouTubers. Western Fire. How y'all doing today?
All right, how you
Hey,
doing?
how you doing? We're good. How about you?
All right, all right. So please tell the people that do not know about you, about the channel and the name come from.
Well, we are Fresh and Fire Backyard Living. Our channel is basically about our progress and adventures at making our backyard area kind of like an oasis for us. Gardening, grilling, hanging out with friends and family, partying, um, some landscaping thrown in there, a little bit of everything.
And homesteading.
Homesteading, yep, homesteading.
So where the name come from? Whose idea was it?
I would say fires. Yeah, I mean, cause I'm the fresh, I'm the gardener, and it kind of manifested after he put together and actually I got out there and helped him with it too. He built like a whole fire pit where he could grill,
Mm-hmm.
which we didn't see too much. We had to do a lot of research and everything, but he put that together and I was watching another YouTuber and they were kind of challenging people like, hey, go ahead and make your channel and uh, you know, do your thing. And so I talked to Fire about it. And so he came up with that name and I'm like, yeah, that's it. It stuck.
She cooks the fresh produce, and I fire up the grill.
Yeah.
Speaking of YouTubers, who was the first person that you who was the first person you watched that made you to like I want to do it. They want cut you to do it. Who was the first YouTuber that you watched? That was like, hey, I want.
The lead farmer 73. He brought a lot of us in. And he's the one that started challenging people like grow your own and do your own channel. And so we were talking about it with I was in the live with Black's Tropical Homestead and
Mm-hmm.
Mary, we were talking about like, yeah, that'll be good and growing. It's just like, y'all need to start a channel too. She told a couple of us that day, hey, what are you doing? Start a channel. And I was in a Facebook group chat too, and I always would get those comments because I would be giving out advice as far as how to solve problems with the
Mm-hmm.
garden issues.
Mm-hmm.
And once Sherry said it, I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. And it was funny because Soul Expo was coming up, and we didn't hadn't got any tickets and anything like that. But I told Fire about it, and I'm like, I think this is really our calling. I think we should go in and go in hard with this adventure and show people what we're doing and see if we can get some other people to do it too.
Who would um? Were you kind of nervous when you started your channel?
Oh, absolutely. I'm very, very shy. I one on one, I can talk to people. And actually, it's surprising. This was not too bad. They were giving out advice on how to do it and everything. And one of the key pieces of advice that I got was when you're doing your videos, talk to the camera like you're talking to a friend, like they're out there and you're showing them around.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I always do. And so, slowly it's gotten easier and easier.
Do you ever write down where you gonna post, or do you ever like come together like, hey, let's do this, do that? Do you ever write down where you gonna post? Second question is, do you ever watch your own videos and learn from what you post?
Oh, absolutely. I love music. And so a lot of the shorts you'll see, there's always some type of musical medley, especially a favorite that I love. I grew up on 80s and 90s music videos. So, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, so you see all kind of music montages and everything, but incorporating it with what I'm cooking or what I'm growing or what he's grilling and what we're doing. So I think that's been a lot of fun and great learning experience as far as editing and putting together videos. And I always like to look back and I kind of just let them run, especially the shorts, since I like the songs anyway, and see what I did and see what we can do better. But in the videos as well, I see the progression in what we're doing, and I'm really enjoying it.
Do you how long do you do your own editing, or do you just post, or you just post them up straight up?
We edit.
Yeah, we
do
edit our
own
own.
editing, yeah.
Hmm.
And how long does it take?
It depends. Shorts don't take that long. But with our schedules, where it's I'm a traditional wife, so I'm cooking and cleaning, and along with gardening and doing that and working, and he works long hours, so we do what we can when we can.
Speaking of that, um, what was you brought up the video? What was the very first? I mean, what was, now the shorts don't count. I'm telling everybody, the shorts don't count. What was the longest video have you posted, and the short video have you posted? Short don't count.
Probably the longest video was the garden tour.
Mm,
Uh, I think that was close to 30 minutes because I have a lot of fruit trees and it's a big area out there. Which I mean, it got probably more views than I ever thought it would. The shortest, I think, when the squirrel gnawed off the peach, gnawed through the branch on our peach tree and hid the peach up in the mulberry tree.
wow.
Yeah, our squirrels are ruthless. So that was probably the shortest one, but it was so funny I had to post it.
Same question. Same question about the lives. What about the lives? The shortest and longest.
Lives.
Yeah, I'm thinking we haven't done too many lives. Yeah, but as far as when we've been guests, Broke Farmer, he put us on and interviewed us. So that's probably been some of the longest lives we've been on. I know I'm trying to think. Me and Miss T have done some lives with Sundays growing sprouts and hydroponics. So those lives go pretty long too. Probably about, I would say, an hour, 45 minutes.
Well, when you did your first live, were you kind of saying nobody gonna show up, or were you kind of like thinking about like what, what would people think about when they come to your live and like, hey, I want to learn from y'all. What your very first live? Were you kind of like they on there in front of the camera, in front of millions of people?
Oh yeah, absolutely. For sure. I'm trying to think what was our first. I know I did
Broke farmer.
yeah, the broke one, but the one we did was the very first live was at Growers Outlet.
Oh yeah.
There's a favorite store, actually plant nursery that I like to go to down in Snellville. And yeah,
Well,
that's what's up.
yeah.
I gotta at least make a trip down that way every other month because I love to go to Growers Outlet, and then we always hit this real cool spot to get my lobster roll. So yeah, that's probably, what was it, an hour and a half long.
Mhm.
But yeah, and I was super nervous because, and I from 0 to 90, since that was the first live, and I had to do it, of course, with all kinds of other people. So people coming up and talking to me when I'm trying to film,
Mm-hmm.
and Fire was helping me and pushing the cart while I'm trying to show people the plants and buy plants. I'm not sure. I think I decided to do it then because it's like, let's get it over with and do it. It's like ripping a Band-Aid off. And I was glad I did though, because a lot of people came in more than I thought would come in. But I thought that would be a good catalyst for them to come to the live, because I know how our gardeners are. If you put some plants on the screen, they're gonna want to see where you shopping, what you getting, and how can they get there.
Who took? Do y'all take turns of holding the camera, or who the main person doing the whole live or video?
I'm usually the cameraman.
Yes, he's the cameraman and tech support.
Mhm.
So the tech support person, do you put thumbnails up there, the thumbnails and intros and outros
Yeah.
on your channel?
Yep. I'm a graphic artist, so I do most of the thumbnails, or try to do some of the thumbnails.
Well, I'm gonna get you on to do my name because I need help. I need help. I'm got look, I need help. But all seriously though, do you love what you do? Do you love what you do?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, being honest. I mean, I know that's a lot of gone. There's a ain't question. Do you love what you do? If you do, what would you do if you weren't doing this? If you weren't doing this at all, what would your plan be, or your other opportunity would be doing if you weren't doing YouTube?
Mm,
You'd probably be doing the same thing, just not
yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah, just not on YouTube. This is what we were doing before YouTube. You
Right.
know, when the craziness in 2019 happened in 2020, it got me back in the garden. I garden off and on for probably, I'd say, 12 to 10 years. And when that happened, when the pandemic happened, it got me back in the garden hard. Uh, you know, I wanted to make sure my family had food. And so I'm like, my grandparents raised us on growing our own food. Both of
Mhm.
my grandparents had not farms, but big gardens. Um, and so I was raised around that, along with my grandmothers and flowers. They love flowers, so you'll see a lot of flowers in some of our videos. But we were raised that way to grow our own food, and stock up. So I said, yeah, gardening is it from this point forward, and I love it. It brings me closer. I feel like that's my therapy when I go out there from a long hard day.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, I can feel my blood pressure go down. Yeah, it's my safe space. It really is.
And when
That's good.
all the restaurants kind of closed up, and we just realized that you can't just go out and go to a restaurant
Right.
and
Right.
just do what was normally
Right.
doing. We started just cooking outside and
Mhm.
enjoying each other's company out in the backyard.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask you that. Do y'all ever get on each other's nerves when y'all out there getting comfortable? Hey, I told you I want to put you on the hot seat today.
Well, actually, I mean, I think we get along pretty good, but we all, everybody gets on everybody's nerves. So, and I'm a little stickler with the the videos have to be just so, So,
One
just
word perfect, right?
post up. Yeah, I'm a slight perfectionist, so I'm like, you can't just throw anything out. So,
What the best thing being a well, what are the pros and cons being a gardener and being fresh and fire?
mm, well, as far as a gardener, I think the pros are going outside at the end of the day and picking your own food to have for dinner. That's a feeling I can't express. That's just beyond. Just I love it. I love being able to do that, and kind of taking some of the costs off of the grocery bill. I'm really, especially right now, enjoying that part of it. Um, the cons are the
Remembering to create
pests.
that, and remembering to create content.
Yeah, yeah,
Like sometimes you'll be doing something and you realize, oh, I could be filming this, but you just doing it naturally.
right.
So then you gotta go back and get your camera and get everything ready and say, okay, let me film this, because you do good things all the time, and things that people can learn off of. But sometimes you just living life and you're not remembering to create content.
Yeah, and some I guess that could definitely be a con because I want to get stuff done. You know, I'm out there in the garden, I'm hot, I'm fighting off bugs. Depending on the season, I want to get it done. But like, oh yeah, I should film this probably.
Mhm.
Do you know? Do you remember your very first? What What was the first um fruit or vegetable that you go and did you actually put it on your channel? What was your very first fruit vegetable or like potato? What was the first thing that you grew in the backyard?
That we filmed.
Yes.
Blueberry bushes. It was my blueberry bushes were just gorgeous. And so I said, yeah, this is where I'm gonna start here because I wanted to show people how they could do it too. I grow my blueberry bushes in pots so I can move them around, but also so I can control the acidity level. And they were just, I'd been babying them for a couple of years, and that year they were showing that. I'm like, okay, that's the one. It's time. That's gonna be the first one.
So what did you were you was it hard at first when you started doing gardening?
Mm, I would say so. I had to do a lot of studying and research because even though I grew up around this life, I didn't. I lost my grandparents before I got interested in gardening,
Mm-hmm.
and so I couldn't ask their advice. So which is why I love the YouTube community actually because we have a lot of elders on here where you can get advice from them about situations that you have. There's nothing like that. Old school advice. I mean, there's new techniques and ways of doing things too, but I love talking to the elders and getting their input on situations in the garden.
I'm gonna well, I'm gonna ask this. I'm gonna somebody had to give me a hands on last following Wednesday because I need to talk to I want to talk to the head of this gardening committee. I need to talk to the head of this thing. But anyway, what you ever what, do you have like a set schedule for posting your videos, or you just post it
No,
whatever see fit?
I probably should. He's definitely overdue for some videos. But a lot of his time has been taken. We just opened and launched a new channel. Um,
Talk about that, please.
Oh, I do a lot of like Minecrafting just to kind of relax after my long days, and I just started building stuff. I've been playing Minecraft kind of for a long time, just to build. I don't really get with the whole the game. I played that a long time ago, but now I just go in there and just try to build. It's like building Legos, but you ain't gotta buy the Legos. So
okay, he's downplaying it real big. He has a whole world he's created in Minecraft. It's amazing. So go check it out. It's called Firecrafts. Um,
Oh, I'm coming over there. Don't worry, I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
I sat
Let's
there
see you come
like,
out gaming. Okay.
yeah, I'm like looking at him in amazement, like, what in the world?
I'm a game.
Well, yeah, that's we keep falling with a gamer then.
Yeah,
Yep,
I'm definitely
gamer artist. Yep.
But what the do you ever like sit down and talk about? Do you ever look at the comments of the positive comments, and you ever sit there like, oh, these some are good, some are bad. Do you ever keep the negative comments, or you just keep them, or you just lay them pit like completely? So you don't deal with the negative energy.
Mm, if the negative comment is constructive and they're saying something that's informative, I might keep it. Actually, I do, but I'm gonna say something back to them, especially if I'm not necessarily feeling how they're talking to me. I think as far as YouTube, now there's different arenas, social media, but I'm really not up for a whole bunch of nonsense on YouTube. That's not what we're here for. So if people come in out of pocket, as Led said, send them to the cornfield. I'm not.
Okay, I'm bringing up Lad Phone. Come on, to get him on the channel one of these days, and y'all can find him somewhere.
Yes.
What did Lad Farmer teach you when he said start your own channel and if like be like what kind of advice did they what kind of advice did Lad Farmer get you gardeners to be your own get your own style? What kind of advice did he give y'all?
Well, I think as far as advice and encouraging us gardeners, he's leading by example, and Black's Tropical Homestead. I mean, just looking at what they're growing and how they're doing it. I mean, Led's growing skills are amazing. What really got me hooked, and I think it's probably a few others too, looking at I think he calls it Lemon Lane, and looking how he's growing his citrus in the upper south. He's in the South Carolina area, but he was growing citrus.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of us gardeners were like, oh, he can do that. I think I can do that too. And he was, showing us the techniques and everything and how to do it. And so I was in with that. I spoke to a couple of people in my gardening group chat that are in Georgia too. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we're going to try this in ground. We don't have to be in Florida, and I like to play with tropicals or, semi-tropicals and see if I can make them survive and not bring them in the house. And so far, so good. We're definitely, the citrus are in ground. I'm going to plan to put some more in ground in the next week or two. Now that the weather's kind of stabilized. So yeah, I think he's given us a lot of good advice and encouraging people to grow their own, especially in these days and times, because, with the prices going on and the way things are going and shortages, you got to have some type of alternative food options as far as growing your own or, canning. For a while he was even canning. So showing us leading by example for sure.
So you were taking notes while he was telling you everything, and then once you feed off in what he said to your channel, was they helping?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because we were already on the mindset of prepping and just getting ready, just being ready for anything, and that just kind of drove it home when we found somebody that was basically saying the same things that we were pretty much thinking, like just be prepared, all this government stuff that's putting stuff in your food and all of this other stuff. Why not grow your own?
Right. And even your own power sources. I mean, it goes the whole gamut. Yeah. Being ready for, and that's it. It goes with what our grandparents taught us as far as being prepared too. Stock up on candles and canned goods. And we were raised with all that, but it's we have more things that are like solar generators and stuff like that, so we can take it even a step further than our elders did.
And I'm gonna say, if you had, do you ever think about having a second channel? I mean, let's put it this way: if you had a second channel, not leaving specified backyard living alone, are you thinking about bringing up a different channel to make it better, or you want to stick with one?
We just launched our second channel with Firecrafts coming soon. I love craft.
The game is a separate video. I'm talking about gardening itself. You think about what specified backyard living as the main channel? Are you think about making a second channel for like home, like you said, cooking kind of thing? You think about doing cooking videos on like a second channel and
I
put
don't
like
know. I never really thought about doing a cooking channel. I don't know. I might. Maybe once I get back into my canning full force, now that the fruit is starting to come in on the fruit trees, that actually might be a good idea. But as far as Fresh and Fire, I think, leaving it under this umbrella because it's all in one. As far as we're not necessarily homesteaders yet. I consider homesteaders. You have an animal or something in the back. We don't have any animals yet. We just have a gecko. That's it. Um, I plan on getting some rabbits at some point.
oh.
Yeah,
Not just a garden. You're gonna have like a farm going on back there, huh?
a little bit, but as much as we can.
Still
Yeah,
in the city limits, we can't do much.
can't do too much. We got
So,
neighbors and stuff like that, but trying to do what we can. So technically, then we can call ourselves officially homesteaders. But I probably want to leave it under the same umbrella and show the other things as far as the other channels, our other interests. Like I love to make jewelry, and I got into sewing, and then I stopped, and the garden took over. So I want to get back into my sewing and finally learn how to crochet, which I've been trying to do off and on for years. So the other channels will probably be showing the other interests that we have.
what about you, Fire?
I'm trying to do this gaming channel first, and then we'll see what happens. I mean, I got to make some more videos for Fresh and Fire. I'm coming out with some more prepping videos, just, kind of reviewing some equipment and just showing how these different things work.
Yeah.
So
Do you have like a tripod when y'all go live? I mean, when you do when y'all out there doing gardening, or Fire doing the whole holding the camera while you doing the man but do all the work?
we got some cameras up there.
Yeah.
We're getting more. We start
Yeah.
getting more all the time, and we're gonna start doing some more of that. Just still, shots and just us in the backyard just doing our thing.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see us filming out there, especially when he's grilling, because I'm all about getting those good food angles because I'm a foodie. And so I really want to get a good angle of that food because I know the viewers want to see it too.
Yeah, we do. I'm a foodie too.
So I know our neighbors are like, what in the world is going on? I'm sitting up there climbing in lawn chairs to get the aerial view. So just to make sure, but he has is it a GoPro?
Yeah.
And then we have our phones, and so we'll bring the grow lights. I use those as filming lights. It's a whole little scene, especially when he's grilling and doing his video, and it gets dark. But I want the viewers to see the food and really kind of live vicariously through us. I want them to see it well, So yeah, it's a whole scene when we're filming, especially outside.
Okay, let's bring it up. When y'all get done with the phone, the GoPro, and all that stuff, how y'all put the footage together and put it on your channel? Like how in the world you put those things together and put it at one video?
Well, it's a little bit of a scramble because especially if somebody's phone dies or he has some shots, I have some shots, but we'll mainly use iMovie or I like to use Adobe Rush for the shorts, or to do the final edits of a long form video. I've been playing a lot with Canva lately, so I'm getting into Canva as well. So, but we make it work. We just got to get everything in one space and then start editing.
A lot of airdropping and
airdropping
to each other and clearing the phone out and getting other footage to this footage and SD cards and all that stuff. So you just got to get it all together.
How many do you have to try to get the one full video? I mean, $80 you need to make a one full video.
You only need like one SD card. You just need the footage
and
just get it on the thing and take your footage off and put it into the editing editing stuff and string the videos together. And then it's just about editing and putting some transitions in.
See, he likes to do the SD card and everything. Just give me the phone. Make it
Oh, you
easy.
get man. So Fresh is in the simple stuff. I is in the more
Tech.
advanced stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that it?
he's tech support. He's tech support. Yeah, I need it simple. Just give me my phone and let me send the little videos to my phone and the little app on the phone. I'm good.
Mhm.
What the? I put it this way. What kind of advice you want to get to the young gardeners when they start their own channel, and what kind of advice you want to get to them and learn from y'all how to start their own gardening journey? What you want to say to them?
Well, I think it definitely encourage them to grow their own. I found that a lot of kids don't know where their food comes from. And I think that's important for them to know that. I mean, thinking back when I was a kid, I was amazed to see an actual tomato, growing, or a cucumber
Mhm.
growing on the vine, and or apples or pears. I think they need to really see that and know where it comes from so they can appreciate it, number one. But number two, I think I've seen it time and time again when kids see it, and especially if you let them grow something, they'll continue to do that and want to do it more. So I definitely, as far as maybe even doing some stuff at some schools, or, but showing kids that they can grow their own, and it actually tastes better when you grow your own. A lot of times, stuff is picked early when
Mhm.
it's sent to the grocery store. So, and then kids will be like, "Oh, I don't like the taste of that," but they don't understand that it was picked early, so it didn't mature on the vine and in the sun, so it might lack flavor. But if you grow your own, you can leave it on the vine or leave it on the bush for as long as it needs to be there, and then you'll like the flavor when you pick it and bring it in the kitchen.
As a foodie, what is your we're talking about the kitchen now.
Hmm.
What is your favorite thing to make if you getting like the tomato, the onion, all that stuff out of the garden? And what kind of what you want to feed him? What you want to feed the man over there?
Uh, jeez, that's hard.
Your favorite dish. Okay, what's your favorite fish?
So
What's your
what's
favorite dish to feed him? Yeah.
fire?
Her kale crunch, and I don't even like kale, but I like her kale crunch.
I have converted a lot of kale haters with my kale crunch.
What's wrong with kale fire?
It's it tastes like paper, structured paper.
Look, I'm trying to say it, but it's healthy for you. It's supposed to help your your mindset, brother.
But even this past weekend when we went off with friends, I converted another one. So they wanted to take some home. So yep.
So, well, same question to fire for fresh. What's your best dish you want to feed her?
Um,
If you're on the grill.
I like she likes my lamb.
I like his lamb.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, that is my favorite. Oh my gosh, so good, so good.
Okay. Well, what I'm trying to say, when all is done, let's say that this: if y'all, if a young person come to you and ask you some kind of advice for how to grow something, what do you want to help? Do you want to help them? You want to get them you want to help them learn how to make sure the proper way to do it. It's like let's take a 10-year-old want to grow like what, let's say onions.
Hmm.
What you want to help them how to the proper way to do it?
Absolutely. I think that's probably the best thing if it's a kid starting out and wants to grow something, encourage them to grow what they like to eat. That's the best thing you can do, and show them the proper way to do it. And there, and that's the I don't want to use that word because there's different ways of growing things. You know, different techniques. People could say what I'm doing, you're not supposed to do in Georgia, but I'm doing it. So definitely encourage them to grow what they like to eat, do their own research, but do some good research on it and go for it. Definitely go for it.
Let's get back to editing. How long did it take for you to edit one video? What's the longest? How long did it take for you to edit just one video?
Sometimes it takes a couple of days. Sometimes it takes a couple of hours.
And sometimes it'll take a week or two or three.
It
It depends on the video, how much footage we have. I've one of the videos I released about the pineapple guavas that I'm growing on the side of the house. That was 3 years in the making. Yeah. Because I filmed it and then I forgot about it. But I knew I had it, but then I got busy with trying to build, he was putting together the raised beds, and I was trying to do the landscaping. And so I knew I had it, but in the meantime, the bushes were in the ground and I knew they were growing. And they were, so 3 years later, when they started flowering and producing, I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's time to get that old footage out. So, but I was constantly showing the progression too. I wanted to show people that they could do it in Georgia, because that's another one that, a lot of people don't even know about pineapple guavas. And so I wanted to show them the progress and what it's going to look like if they do it. And so I'm glad I did it that way too, because they could see over a 3 year span how the pineapple guavas grew.
I forgot to ask you this. What year did you start your channel? What year did you start your channel? And let's put it this way. Did you start your channel? Did you start your channel on that particular day, or did you start your channel later on the year? The year went by.
We started the channel 2 years ago. We just had our anniversary. But it was right before the first Soul Expo that I told you about that we went to. So we didn't have, I think we had a short up, and that was it. But we got on the road and went to Soul Expo to hang out with other content creators. Like, we belong there.
So it was, whose idea was it to want to start your channel? Whose idea was it? Be honest now. Whose idea was it?
Me.
Fresh.
But he came up with the name. But yeah, no, it was.
So he came with a name, and you came with the idea of the gardening and stuff, and y'all put it together. And okay,
Yeah.
Did you ever make sure that you don't duplicate the same name as the other person, YouTuber? You ever try to check and see if there's another person that has the same name as y'all?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we did some research before we actually settled on this name. And actually, that's another piece of advice we took from Led. He said, "Don't make your name too long."
Don't make your name too long.
Mm-hmm. Don't make your name too long. It needs to flow and roll off the tongue, and people don't need to try to type in a sentence to find you on YouTube.
Point. That's a good point. That's a good point. Cause a lot of people want to make it like four times long. I'm like, what is this?
Right.
What is this?
Exactly. And don't make it complicated either. It needs to, people need to be able to. It needs to be memorable, and it doesn't need to be complicated.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So when you make that idea of becoming a YouTuber, and being was it tough at first? Was it like, this ain't gonna be too bad? Was it hard at first?
Yes and no. trying to get used to remembering the film. But I was excited. I really was excited to. It's kind of an outlet for me because when I talk about gardening, to just people I know in my everyday life, they get this glazed over look like, what in the world is this lady talking about? But on here, I can just spew off stuff and talk to people about stuff, and they're talking about gardening and growing fruit trees back, and I love it. I love it. So it was difficult at first, and even now, it's still just like, oh wait a minute, I should be filming this, but in trying to get everything together, I'm sitting on really 4 videos I need to be editing like ASAP.
Wow.
But,
but what did it get frustrated sometimes with the video don't come out that like you wanted to?
Sometimes,
yeah.
when videos like footage gets corrupted and
Mhm.
the footage,
Yeah.
it really gets frustrating.
Yeah, he had one that we still trying to get out and salvage because it got corrupted some kind of way. So that was the last one he did before winter hit, and that's real frustrating for sure. So we might have to give up on that one.
Mhm.
How long was that video before it got corrupted?
It was probably gonna be a good 8-minute or maybe 9-minute video. It was a Thanksgiving video, but yeah, I couldn't put it out, so we just still trying to find the footage.
Okay. Hey, you still can't. Let me clarify. You still can't find it?
Nope.
Wow. Okay. One last.
Save that for Thanksgiving this year.
Right.
Wait, speaking of Thanksgiving, who cooked?
She do most of the cooking. I do the meat. She does the side.
Yeah, he'll fry turkey. He fries the turkey for us. He has a oilless air fryer, so he'll fry the turkey and do a brisket on the grill. And he's done turkey legs on the grill before. And I'll do the inside. I'll cook some greens.
Okay, look, check this out. Okay. Y'all make me hungry. Y'all have to go live. Look, y'all have to go live for that one, then. I'm sorry. Y'all have to go real live for that one.
Okay.
I want y'all. I want to see this live.
Yeah.
I want to make it. Make it happen. Make it happen. But I would love to. I am thankful to have y'all on my channel. I know I'll probably get you about 9 o'clock. I'm gonna get you out of here. But I want y'all. I am blessed to have y'all on my channel. Taking some time off your hard work of being a YouTuber, and I would love to have y'all back. I want to have y'all back later on the year, like before Thanksgiving. So
absolutely,
if y'all down for another interview, I would love to have y'all back. Cause y'all are welcome on both my channels. Y'all welcome on both my channels. And for some reason, I'm telling this right now, these gardeners live are really picking up my interviews. I won't do that. But first and foremost, if you get too busy, can y'all get Les Palmer and email me? Look, please get Les Palmer. I want to talk to the man who gets y'all up here.
That's a busy man.
I know. I want this man off this thing.
He got working on 2 homesteads. We'll see what we can do.
I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I'll put you down, and y'all make sure I'll be live tomorrow. I'll be live tomorrow on my main channel. So if y'all too busy, I'll be live at 10:15 on the big channel, and 8 o'clock on the 10:15 and 8 o'clock tonight, tomorrow night. I mean Friday night. I'm sorry. Friday. I'm sorry. But I'll talk to y'all. I'll talk to y'all later, and don't work too hard. And I will. And matter of fact, hold on. What's your gaming channel again? Fire.
It's called Firecrafts.
Okay, she will drop it for you, and then she will let me know what I'll find it for you. So, what day do you go live? I mean, what days do you go on your on that?
I'm just starting, so I haven't done any lives yet. So I'm just starting to put videos up.
Okay, all
Yeah,
You
right. I'll
last week. So yeah.
Mhm.
you gonna teach her how to play?
Doubt it.
I just like to watch. I just like to watch.
Oh, you didn't want to watch the man play.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get y'all out of here. So I'll talk y'all later on. Okay. I love y'all. Now work too hard. I'll see y'all soon.
Thanks for
Thank
having me.
you.
You're welcome. All right. Y'all, that was Fresh and Fire. That was one of the coolest couple gardeners I ever had. And it's amazing. And it's a good thing to know it. And yeah, I was looking forward. So yeah, great. But this is my 99th interview. So my 100th interview will be next week, y'all. Next week with Boogie Time. I was supposed to have an interview with Shine Did, but I had to move it to May 3rd. So Boogie Time next week, 8 p.m. on this channel. We're gonna have a good time. Thursday, tomorrow, I'm gonna have a very special. It's a very special live. I don't go live on Thursdays, but this can be a very special live. This gonna be the NFL draft. So Ned the Great, I sent you a DM on IG. So let me know you want hit me out with the chat tomorrow at 8 o'clock before you go live. So let me, cause we're actually going live tomorrow at 7. All right, let me know. We're gonna do it. So on next week will be my 100th video and my 100th guest on Gear Talk interview. So I see y'all tomorrow and on a special NFL draft 2025, and we'll be on my computer, and we're gonna have fun. So tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern time for a special Thursday night um NFL draft with Big Rooster. All right. So I see y'all tomorrow. Peace.